Hello, I hope that you're well. So today, Shadowork. So with Les Vampires, the Lucy Cavendish, we will choose one distortion, okay? And so we will try to find the roots, the root of this distortion, the cause, the the causes, with this deck, Alice the Wonderland Oracles by Lucy Cavendish. This one. And after that, I will try to find a way to help us to transmute this distortion, okay, with the Oracle of Shapeshifters by Lucy Cavendish, this deck. So one distortion. Let's go. Whoop. I accept and only receive pure unified divine light, and nothing less than my higher vibrational level. I'm asking protection to my pure unified divine lights, guides, and guardian angels. Thank you. Let's go. One distortion. So it is something you do not want to look at, something the most of the time you are afraid of, or you do not like about you, and you know that, and you qualified it as not good. So one distortion. What is the base, the base of this distortion? Why this distortion exists into your life, into your vibration? Okay, okay, that's all. And so a way to help us. A way to help us for the transmutation of this distortion. Okay, perfect. Let's go. One distortion. Sorry for my English accent. Primal. So, Primal, yeah, I mean, connecting deep within, sacred dance instinct. Okay. So how this could be a distortion? To be oh. Okay. I will be honest with you. I will told you what comes to me. I'm feeling. Okay, so I will go. I'm feeling people that are doing. I mean, they call that sacred ceremony, but in fact, it's okay. Yes, could be sacred ceremony to the devil. Okay, so you call that sacred ceremony, but your god is not a god of expansion. It's a god of terror. It's a god of control. It's a god of abuse. It's a god like Lucifer or one another, what we call demons and Satan. I know that there is but there is entities that are really, 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 really dark. And so I'm seeing people that are doing a ceremony to be devoted to such kind of entities, like for example the Ku Klux Klan, or like whatever you want, in fact, okay, that is related to the devil. So I just wonder how this could be. I wonder to myself how this could be a distortion for people to transmute. I mean, okay, it's a way of seeing life. And according to me, I thought that most of the time the people that were doing this kind of rituals were devoted to the devil or devilish entities themselves because they wanted, because they were expansion of this kind of consciousness. So, okay, let's go. Good. Okay. Investigate, look closely, ask questions, think before acting. But what is striking to me is, again, behind the little girl, this world of nothing land, this world of desolation, okay? This world of destruction, okay? Look closely. This world of destruction. Okay, I understand. So we are talking about death pulsion inside of each of us. There is an impulse towards life, towards creation, towards sharing, towards love. Or this impulse could also be some other people towards destruction, towards death, towards extermination of all kind of creation. Okay. And so yes, we are touching something really primal here because it's just the front line between pure divine lights and false lights. This is here that everything is standing. I mean that where you're devoted to destruction, to abuse, to control, to death, to make others suffer, to annihilate pure divine light, you have kind of internal reaction inside of you. Oh God, we are talking about this world. We are talking about duality. We are talking about the choice made by a huge consciousness itself to hate his father God, to hate his father creation, we are talking about the very core, the very beginning, the sparkle of hatred from a consciousness coming from God, coming from a universe, coming from an expansion, coming from an energy in expansion towards destruction. We are talking about the birth of what I'm calling the false light consciousness, but what you are calling, and it's not something according to me great, Luciferian consciousness. Okay. So, why do we have this kind of video today? Why are we talking right now about the birth of false light consciousness? That is an annihilation of pure divine light, of pure creation, to think, to take by itself the place of what is called God, but what is the pure divine light consciousness. Okay. Primal thing. The the first touch, the first sparkles of hatred of his father from the flashlight consciousness. Yeah. So investigate, look closely, ask questions, think before acting. Means that, was it something that occurred more faster than, yeah, it's something that occurred really fast. The first sparkle occurred really fast, really much more faster than, just to be on the same level of comprehension. For me, the false light or Luciferian consciousness is acting mainly on our thoughts, okay, what we are thinking. So we are thinking bad things, and it comes before the energy of love that can come to us in the space between the thoughts, the emotion, and the reaction. Okay, when it's destructive thoughts, we are acting destructively in a destructive manner, and so we do not take time to make a space of reflection, a space of transmutation, a space of forgiveness between the action and between the thought that was started by an action of someone else and make us reacting in a bad way and in a destructive way. So according to me, everybody is destructing each other nowadays, because they are not able to take time between the thoughts, the emotion, and the action that all are destructive. They lost the freedom of making space, having time to put light, pure diving light, on what they are thinking, what they are feeling, what they are doing. So they could not transmute the emotion. They cannot transmute the emotion. They cannot forgive, and they cannot switch the action and the emotion into a loving or forgiving or transmutating action. So this birth. These first things come from thoughts. Maybe because this kind of vibration that is acting on what we are thinking is a specificity of the vibration of the false light consciousness. It could take more fast and contaminate the pure diving light consciousness that was before that the consciousness that we are calling Lucifer. I really hope that I'm clear. So we have a pure diving light consciousness that has a specific vibration, and in this vibration there is a vibration that is the match of thoughts that we are now in our brain, and it's the main, according to me, or it's one of the target of the false light consciousness. So at the beginning, pure diving light consciousness, that was Lucifer, this vibration that is really loud, that is really fast, just goes faster than the transmutating love and expanding energy that is basically pure diving light. So this consciousness, which is a huge consciousness, became totally contaminated in a way, and became a false light consciousness, okay, completely cut from the energy of expansion, the energy of life. That's why now the person that are trapped into the false light consciousness, the Luciferian consciousness, are in a way the love energy generators of life force of the false light consciousness to it, to pursue, to continue to exist. And so that's why that's what false light needs. It needs the pure divine light energy, the creative energy of pure divine light from all the people in this matrix, in this culture, in this programmation about abuse, destruction, manipulation. So all this control is a way of taking out the creative energy, the life force energy of the people that are attached to pure divine light consciousness, in order for the false light consciousness being able to pursue his job. Okay, but we all have inside of us this pure divine light, which is a transmutating energy, and so the point is that we just forget, because we are used to think with our brain, with our thoughts, not to feel what is happening to us or what is happening around us. So I lost my point. So yes, we are all made of pure divine light, and we by just functioning apart with thoughts, with mind, we lost our ability to put distance between what is false divine light and what we are, which is energy of creation. Honestly, the message is really big, is really huge. I understand it very well, but it's difficult for me to transmit it to you. But if each of us regain the power of feeling itself, feeling around him, and taking decisions not only with the mind that are polluted with false divine lights, that is fast and faster than the creative energy that is coming from our heart chakra. So if each of us takes the habit to think, yes, but take a break and feel what is inside of him, like emotion, what is around him, like the energy of creation, which is in everything. So the false light will lose his power on our mind, because we will be able, each of us, to think, to transmute the emotion in order to react with love, not with fear or with hatred. Okay, we will have an impulse that trigger a thought to us, that is a thought of extermination, and an action by that of extermination, because this thought of extermination and this fear of no more existing will make us act in a destructive way. So if each of us regain his power, his ability to put time between the destructive thoughts, the fear emotion that needs to be transmuted, and the action following that, that could be towards a constructive goals, not towards a destructive goals, each of us could regain our sovereignty, the power that we are to act like our vibration, who is coming from pure divine light anyway, and no more reacting like the false light is doing us to react by triggering thoughts, by being faster than the love energy that we have inside of us. And it's faster because of its low density. So that's it. I really hope that I'm clear, because this message is, according to me, pretty huge and important to the humanity. But so, because maybe we have one of the key to regain our sovereignty, to regain our own creative power, and which won't be something easy, but maybe could be the key. And so yes. So if I come back to the people who are doing ceremony for their god that is of forged divine life, it's just person who lost their ability to be in touch with their power because of I don't know what, but because I apologize. Ahead for transmutation. Frog princess. Okay. I can read you if you want. Heed wise counsel, listen. But just for me, I mean that the frog is, I think that is the animal of not transformation. Means that, it's a shame that I do not know my totem animals, because I really believe that frog is an animal really linked to transmutation, transformation, switching, because look at that. This frog has une couronne upon its head. In France, there is a fairy tale that is saying that. Oh, I apologize. But so in this fairy tale, there is a princess that meets a frog, but it's a kind of frog we call a crapaud. It's a very non-beautiful kind of frog, and so this princess met that frog, that crapaud, and so she started to speak to him, and so by giving him to the awful frog, giving him a kiss, so in fact this frog is transforming in charming prince. In this fairy tale, it means that the frog, the charming prince of this princess, was transmutated in a frog by a sorcerer, a witch, and so the princess had to kiss the frog, meant to recognize the heart of the frog for who it is, that is his charming prince. So I really believe, or for me, it's a huge symbol of transformation, the frog. So the advice here there is two advice according to me, is that take the time to transformation, to transmute, to switch your way of thinking. Take the time to put time between thoughts that are pretty always destructive, because we are thinking that it's normal to be destructive, to be abusive. We are thinking that it's the normal way of being, but it's not. It's not our inner vibration. And so transform, switch, your thought, your destructive thought, in positive thought. For that, take the time to feel around you, and put time between the thought, the emotion, and the action. Like that, you will be able to keep the destructive thoughts, keep it, hold it, look at it, and say, am I really, it is really an obligation to think like that? I think no. I guess no. I feel that no. And so the emotion that I have is fear, but I can transmute it in another emotion, because it's my job to do so also, to be aware of me, of my emotions. And so this done, I will be able to see the truth as it is, and also to give back a positive action. So take time to switch, to transform your way of thinking in a automatic negative way of thinking, that we are thinking that it's normal to act like that, to be competitive and so on, in a non-competitive, non-aggressive thoughts. For that, take time to feel emotions, to feel energy around us, around you, to feel inside you the energy that you are. And the second message of the frog, I lost it. Sorry, I apologize. But this one is the transformation of the thought, like the frog. Is the, for me, transformation symbolism. Oh, yeah. And also, look at the heart of yourself. Look at the heart of the other inside of them. Do not recognize them by their appearance, by what they are automatically saying or doing, but recognize the others around you by their vibration. So take them for who they truly really are. That is pure divine light. So no, you do not have in front of you someone to destroy. Not at all. Okay? So, I apologize, but Lucifer do not have in front of him a destructive godfather, It's a loving energy of creation and of forgiveness and of allowing everything. So just take time also to look at the heart of the people that you have in front of you. Feel their vibration and feel that they are made of love, exactly like you are. And also after that, you can decide in consciousness to put your limit toward them or not, because I must admit that sometimes people are kind of contaminated by so competitive way of being, because of what they think they are good, and that is coming from the culture, the capitalism culture, that is not something pretty expensive but more destructive. So I recognize why sometimes people have their mind so contaminated by competition, by non-expensive, non-productive programmation coming from the culture, the matrix, the education, and everywhere that is belong to capitalism or some other culture like that. So yes, you can put your limit, but between this person and you, because her thoughts are too much contaminated by what I'm calling the matrix. And so just recognize that behind that, even if you need to put your limit with this person because of his way of thinking, there is also pure divine light beings, okay, just like you. So it was something deep tonight. So I wish you a good night and a good transmutation and a good enlightenment, and really, most of all, a good feeling in touch with your own sovereignty inside of you. Bye-bye.